Your Honor, there is one person here from the 1:30 calendar. That's Cody Sanders. I did speak with Mr. Sanders. It's my understanding he does not want my assistance today, but I did want to let the court know that he is here and his matter is on at 1:30.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sanders.
Good afternoon.
All right, Mr. Sanders, today you're here in court for your arraignment, your first court appearance on a charge of driving with a suspended license in the third degree, alleged to have occurred on August 23rd of 2023. I just heard from Ms. Norden that you don't want to have the public defender help you or represent you in this case. Is that right?
No, just today. I would like representation, just not by the person you have representing me.
Okay. So you want to, does that mean you want to hire an attorney?
I'd like it if you would see if I qualify for state appointed attorney.
Okay, I can certainly do that. First of all, can you tell me whether you're currently working?
No, I'm not on like a time schedule. No.
Do you have any income at all?
So I'm a painter by trade, so I don't really have much work right now during the winter.
So you're more or less not employed right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. Well, you would qualify for court-appointed counsel under those conditions.
Okay.
All right. Would you like me to appoint an attorney and assign you another court date?
Please.
Okay.
I guess I was under the understanding that the state they must not have read the police report yet, because I don't believe that we should be here today. I feel like it should be filed for dismissal, but the stand-in that you had for me today doesn't feel like that today would be the appropriate time to address the court about it. But I feel like
well, that's accurate. That is accurate. That's not the sort of thing that we make.
I get that you guys aren't hearing the details of the case, but if you guys have read the police report at all on his side on what he's saying that I did, he contradicts himself and he gave me a ticket for something that he didn't pull me over for. So there was no probable cause.
And that's entirely possible. That may very well have happened. But like I was trying to explain to you here just a second ago, that isn't the sort of thing that gets resolved at a hearing like this. That would be resolved at a different point along the life of the case. So if you brought this up with your public defender, then they would take a look at the legal issue and make a determination as to whether to present that to the court. And if they thought it was appropriate, they would, and then we would have legal arguments on the issue, and the court would hear from both sides and make a decision.
Not to cut you off, but that's why I didn't want the person who you guys had filling in to represent me, because they don't feel like it is the time, but yet you just stated that if they feel like it's the time to bring it to the court's attention, that it should be, and I feel like it should be. And the attorney that I did talk to, he told me that now would be the time to do it, because the state has not proved that there is any type of probable cause that I committed the crime that you guys were accusing me of.
Okay.
And this is holding up my district court case.
It may be the case, but what I think you're getting at here, what you're trying to place before the court is a request that the case be dismissed right now. And what I'm saying is I feel like the prosecutor should have to say verbally in court what I supposedly did that makes me guilty of any crime.
Let's do all the things that you want to do.
I'm not saying that
you feel that way, but you have to understand, I think court processes don't really work the way you think they do, which would be all the more reason you should probably be talking to an attorney about it.
This one. Okay. I did talk to an attorney about it.
Okay. And well, it sounds to me like maybe she told you is pretty much the same thing you just heard from me. So do you want
to...
No,
that's not the attorney that I'm talking about. That's your guys's employed public defender that I spoke to. I spoke to an attorney, a private attorney, who informed me that if there is no probable cause, there's no reason for me or you to have wasted any more time with this cause. Because that's all it's doing is taking up the court's docket just for it to be heard. The same thing that we could say today be heard two court dates later, 3 court dates later. It's wasting our taxpayers' money. It could go towards complete other problems that we have, and a lot more issues could be solved versus setting this forward and continuing to make me and you come back here and discuss the same exact situation that could be resolved right now.
Okay, well, like I said, it's not a decision that the court can make at this point in the case. This is the prosecutor's decision, not the court's.
And that's all I'm asking is, what is the prosecutor saying that I supposedly did that makes me guilty of any crime? It's just not saying I'm questioning what the cop said. It's not that I'm questioning it. The only thing I'm questioning is the prosecutor pressing any type of charge on me.
And okay, you question that.
So when do you feel like would be best for me to discuss the prosecutor filing any type of paperwork they feel?
Mr. Sanders, I don't know that I can really explain this to you. It sounds to me like you've heard from an attorney, and in your mind, I don't think you're probably really accurately reflecting back to me what you did hear from the attorney. That none of what you're saying is it fits into proper court procedure, not at least
exactly
not the way you think it does. So I promise you there is a point in as a case goes along where determinations like what you're talking about are made, just not here and now. It would be a different
just
time.
Prolonged. Just like I was asking. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to push these court dates out, and I'm supposed to cost taxpayers more money and waste more of our time than to address the situation head on today, whenever the prosecutor is saying
Mr.
and accusing
Sanders,
me of these charges. That's what I should say.
I feel like we're having a conversation in circles at this point. So what I need you to do is
they're accusing me here today. That's why I'm pleading guilty or not guilty, correct?
That's all that
exactly.
happens.
So I'm asking them, what did I supposedly do? That's all I'm asking. What crime did I commit? Because I was pulled over for something, not given a ticket for it, given a ticket for something completely different. And then you guys have me here today telling you exactly this, that I didn't do anything. And you are telling me that I need to just push this out and take more time out of all of our day. That does not add up to me. How is that time efficient or financially sufficient for either one of us?
Mr. Sanders, I told you a few minutes ago that the crime you're charged with is driving with a suspended license in the 3rd degree, alleged to have occurred on August 23rd of 2023. That was based on a citation that was issued to you by a law enforcement officer and filed with the court. And that is a criminal charge filed against you, as far as I can tell, properly. The only thing that happens today is, one, I advise you of what the charge is formally, which I just did. I also advise you of your rights, which I haven't gotten to yet. And then you enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to that charge. It sounds to me like, based on the things you're saying, you don't believe you're guilty of it. Ordinarily, in those circumstances, a person would plead not guilty, and then the case would proceed from there. Okay, you apparently don't want that to happen in your case, but you have to understand there's nothing I can do about that. The prosecutor makes the decision about whether you're charged with a crime. It is 100% without any supervision from the court, the prosecutor's decision.
But okay, and we could resolve this today. Had they charged me with the crime I committed? I did a U-turn and they cite me for illegal passing. I didn't pass anybody. There was nobody else around me. If they would have gave me a ticket for an illegal U-turn, I'll plead guilty right here. But that's not the case. They pulled me over for passing somebody, which I did not do. And then after that, they found out that I did not have a license, which means that this current situation that we're here for isn't existent, because they did not pull me over and give me a ticket, giving them probable cause to give me this charge.
And there, like I said, that sort of question that you're raising there can be analyzed at a different point in the case, argued to the court by both sides and a decision made. That's not the sort of thing that's done right off the cuff because it occurs to you right now.
And,
So I'm going to
it's the
give you a
same thing
choice,
whenever you
Mr.
guys offer people
Mr.
deals.
Sanders. Mr.
Yeah.
Sanders, I need you to stop. I'm giving you a choice right now. Choice one is I can continue this case to later to give you a chance to talk to an attorney of your choice. Or two, you can talk to Ms. Norden here today and proceed with your case. While you're thinking about which choice you're going to take, I'm going to proceed with some other cases and then I'll come back to your case.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
You still with us there, Mr. Sanders? There we go. It's like he's trying to come back. There we go. All right. Did you decide which way you want to go on that?
Yeah, just do whatever you gotta do. I'm not pleading guilty to anything I didn't do. And you're telling me that this isn't the time to discuss that, but you just did that for the case in front of me.
There was a case right before this that was dismissed for lack of probable cause. It was something to do with a registration statute. I promise you don't want to watch it, but here's the defense for context.
And I am objecting to the court finding probable cause. This isn't a charge I think I've seen before, but looking at RCW 46-29-605, it appears to me that this is a charge that deals with instances where there's been a suspension of registration in Washington state, and it of course goes through sort of the notice procedure for Washington state suspensions of registration, and talks about the crime of suspension of registration as well. Thank you.
Clear as mud, right? Then this happens.
I think that's actually appropriate for the state to dismiss this charge without prejudice, given the way the statute reads and the nature of it.
Your discretion.
No objection from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, so the charge is dismissed.
So I have no idea what happened there. I can't explain it. All I know is that that case got dismissed for lack of probable cause, and it is the only thing that this guy wants, and he's not going to get it. And I think the timing is just perfection.
All right, Mr. Sanders,
You
I
just found
would
the-
appreciate it if you talk to Ms. Norden, because Ms. Norden knows what she's doing here and she can
Yep.
give you some really good advice.
Yeah,
And then we'll
the
go
advice
from
she
there.
gave me was to continue this out. That's not good advice.
Well, Mr. Sanders, have you made a decision then which way you'd like to go?
I told you, go ahead, schedule whatever you got to schedule. I'm not pleading guilty to anything, but I 100%, I don't feel that they have presented enough probable cause, just like you said in the last case, that they do not have probable cause to charge me with the crime.
No, nobody said that in the last case. No one.
When I asked Miss your whoever fill-in attorney about it, she said that your guys' probable cause was the fact that I didn't show up for one of my court dates. That's not probable cause for anything.
All right, Mr. Sanders, I still am not clear whether you want me to set another arraignment hearing so you can consult with an attornay, or do you want to
Another
consult with Ms.
arraignment.
Norden
Another
today?
arraignment would mean that I can't bring up any of the facts that you're telling me are for a later on court date. So why would I want another arraignment?
Okay.
Set it for
So
trial.
do
I don't necessarily know what you want me to say, because I don't want another arraignment. I don't want the fill-in public pretender that you put in front of me to pretend to be my attorney, because she's not helping me. She's for you, paid by your guys' government. And then you are going to tell me that now is not the time to discuss probable cause, but then in the case right in front of me, you discuss probable cause. You dismiss his case based on the state not having probable cause to charge him with it, just because the crime itself doesn't exist. Okay, well, the crime that they're saying I committed didn't happen, so it doesn't exist either. It's the same exact standpoint that you told him that you could dismiss his on, and you're telling me now is not the time to bring it up to you. So set it for trial. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna set it for trial. I'm not taking any deals for anything, because you guys aren't charging me with the right thing. Like I stated previously, if you charge me with
All right,
something that I did, I'll plead guilty.
Mr. Sanders, do you want the public defender appointed to you to represent you at your trial?
Not that one. I get that it goes to the Office of the Public Defense, and it gets circulated through whatever system you guys have to assign me one, but I definitely am not gonna proceed any further with her as an attorney. So
Well,
if that's the case,
they have several lawyers over there who represent people, so you can let them know you want a different attorney, and I assume they'll assign somebody else to you.
Bye, Felicia.